Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Dr. Ona Show. This week's topic of discussion is emotional mastery and how we need to master and be a master of our emotions. As we have discussed previously in previous videos and also in our group, that emotional barriers are an internal barrier that all of us have and that exists for all of us. Okay, so it is so important that we try to master our emotions. We have the opportunity to identify some of the emotions that many of us are dealing with, some of those emotions that come up and cause us to react versus respond appropriately to situations and circumstances that may happen in our lives or that may be happening around us. So what is emotional mastery? Emotional mastery is when we are able to master our emotions, and when we have mastered our emotions, we're able to determine the why we are emotional, or why that particular emotion is emerging, why that particular emotion is trying to interrupt where we are, our conversation, our situation, our relationships. Why is that emotion trying to disrupt our lives? Anytime you have emotions involved, usually that means that we are not going to appropriately see things. We're not going to appropriately perceive things. We're not going to appropriately respond with clarity to a situation. And so it's important that we master these emotions so they do not master us. So how do we master our emotions? Well, first, you have to identify that emotion. And not only do you have to identify that emotion, and since I did say the word motion, I think it's important to understand that emotions set things in motion. And oftentimes those things that we set in motion because of our emotions, we want to take them back, but we can't. Okay, so how do we master that? Well, we have to look at why the emotion is emerging from the beginning, from the first place, from the root of everything, or the root of everything, however you want to say it, wherever you're from. So when you look at that and when you dive into that, you have to look at why, where is the emotion really stemming from? Sometimes it could be childhood trauma. Sometimes it could be something from our past childhood. Sometimes it could be divorce or a relationship failure, or sometimes it could be a hurt or a traumatic experience that we have had. Sometimes it could just be from an emotion from learning the truth. Sometimes it could just be an emotion from just trying to deal with the everyday things of life. That's why we have to get our emotions in check, and we have to master our emotions. We have to know what triggers us and why we are being triggered. Okay, so emotional mastery, that's what it's all about, mastering that. So if every time something happens and you're angry, and you can't figure out why you are angry, you need to do some research. You need to go back and identify what made you angry, and why did that particular thing, particular word, particular person, particular situation, that particular environment, whatever it is, why did it make you so angry? What is it stemming from? Point out and pinpoint, why was I even getting angry? Do you even know why you were getting angry? Those emotions that spark up and stir up all of these feelings, why are you so angry? And I have to tell you, usually our emotions start sparking because we feel like somehow or another we are out of control of the situation, or we feel as if the situation is controlling us. So look at an area in your life where maybe you felt like you lost control, or maybe you felt like you were not control of your life at that point. Maybe you felt like you lost something, your identity, your, it could be financial, it could be so many things, but whatever it is, we have to identify it so that we can master our emotions. When we are able to master our emotions, then we are able to deal appropriately, effectively, and accurately with clarity in our relationships and in our dealings. Even when we're business owners, those business relationships, we want to make sure that we are effectively making the decisions that we need to make for our lives. So emotional mastery, mastering your emotions so that your emotions do